I dress, you know I dress fresh to death. Free is how I shine, free to speak my mind. Free from busters, cause they such a waste of time. I hope you get yours, cause I got mine. I wanna be free. I gotta be free. I love to be free.
I truly hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, because I enjoy it every single time.
Yes.
How do you guys feel? It was.
Oh man, I feel amazing. You know what I'm saying? But I know this poem is powerful and it needs to be heard by the masses. My goal is to one day be on Jimmy Kimmel with this. Arsenio Hall, maybe open up the NAACP awards, the BET awards or something, because our people are lost.
Yes.
You know, and a reverend told me to be careful that I must pray diligently because I play the part of the devil. But I believe in God for real. And he said, if I'm not careful, that the devil will creep in. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking on that character, so I got to be real careful.
And we all gonna be praying for you.
Amen.
The importance of a poem like this, the world is separated. You know, atheists and Christians, and you can see it in the streets with riots, with what goes on in Baltimore and whatnot. And a poem like this definitely is leading in terms of giving people clear-cut choices.
Amen.
We have a caller.
We have a caller.
We got a caller. I'm so excited.
Wow.
And I just can't hide it.
The connection with
Come on.
the probation station in the Bronx is strong today, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Listen.
It's
I'm
a
glad you're getting all
blessing.
that
It's
love,
a
Yeah.
blessing, man. I need that. It's coming at the right time. You know, a great friend of mine, Natasha Gunnell, she sent me a message this morning on Facebook that it resonated in my soul. Basically, it was saying that I walked through hell, and on the other side there's a breakthrough, and just keep on walking, keep moving forward. And there's a picture of me coming down. Not me, but there's a man coming down one side of a mountain, and he gets to the middle point, and there's a long stairway in front of him, and it says, "Keep moving forward." Wow.
That sounds like a journey.
Man. Yeah, man, that sounds like a journey, man.
It sounds like a deep journey.
What's your birthday?
May 5th, 1979, birthed the beginning of a man, required forgiveness from above 7 times, 77 times. And well before the making effective nationwide teaching of realism rhymes, I became a fixture with a few miscellaneous crimes, and a fixture on the track and field equipped with many promising dreams. Becoming the fastest runner amongst all of my friends, enemies, and siblings. So naturally I blended in good with the no good snatch and grab team, NWA and Wu-Tang planted in my brain that it was all about the cream.
January 16, 1973 was my first title fight with life. And every fight feeling like the last one. And I swing, and I swung, and I missed some good opportunities. I need the unity, the kind a son gets from a father, but it's harder for a mother to create figures for me to believe in. I was achieving self-destruction in conjunction with trying to hold it down, and people seem to want to hang me, bang me 7 times, but I'm still standing. And I heard it gets greater. By God's grace, I'm still swinging 39 rounds later.
36 rounds later, I figured out that I was highly favored all along and highly motivated in times of danger. Society made me strong. Bullies torturing me, getting a jump coming from school, these painful long walks home. Couldn't figure out why I was hated on so much with low self-esteem, and my train of thought was all wrong. I had enough of carrying the burden of being beaten up, persecuted, and ranked on, and begging and pleading for anybody to just help me out and pass the baton.
And now the race is on life's track and field. I guess that's why Rakim says self-esteem makes it seem like a door
took years to build.
Cause I've been running yet feeling like I accomplished nothing. Or have I? Cause I'm not a poor righteous teacher or poetry's first rabbi. But my third eye kept telling me I can do this, giving me the perseverance to go through this. Ding, ding,
ding, ding.
I heard a bell ring and I knew I could get it in if I could just If I could just catch my second win, I need a mentor.
You see, the second time around, I couldn't just settle for second place. I got tired of just simply being content with finishing the race. So I pulled out my ace in the hole. It's a time and a place for the God of my understanding to take control. I could not understand how to be strong, courageous or bold, or how to protect my soul, or how to protect my condition heart from turning cold. So I hit those streets, call it the Legion of Doom, where little girls are only groomed to become pieces of meat, and little boys are taught that you gotta carry heat if you ever want to sleep in peace or eat.
A young soldier getting older and I'm still hungry, but the hunger that can only be fed with the use or misuse of money. Hot damn. Roscoe put that white in the pan and it flipped and it fumbled. I mix it like gumbo. I had a feast, became a beast in them streets. My soul couldn't eat because my pockets was doing the chewing. I love eating with them boys, but I had to stop because 3 years of prison gave me food poisoning.
Mixed in with a whole lot of years of me getting in my own way stopped me from flourishing. Voices in my own head only added on to the torturing. Ignoring pretty good advice from my family telling me to get a hold of my life. Settle down with a couple of kids and select a grown wife. But it's almost like I transformed into another person when I was alone that night. And well, after a while it just started to call me, can't get right.
So in practice I got good at being wrong. I could have sworn I heard Marvin ask
what's going on. At my own trial?
In front of a jury with fake snakeskin smiles. I missed my turn again because I was listening to the hissing. This poem is a U-turn to get back to where I came from in order to get to where I'm going.
And we're on our way.
Somebody left the door open.
These windows of opportunity ain't nothing new to me, but something's different this time. Poetry's moving me, using me on the inside with enough food for you and me. It takes two to make the things flow fluidly, and all it takes is for one mistake for anyone's fate to turn brutally catastrophic. Some mistakes snatch the ground out from under you like an earthquake, and no simple logic can stop it. Some pain you just gotta feel sometimes, and just because it's hot you can't drop it.
So I drop it like it's hot lava, using these mics for fuel, because this journey takes you to places that the average can't go but felt. Because this poetry saved my life like it has seat belts, because I'm an accident waiting to happen. I stay gunning. This poetry keeps me 100 miles and running. Colossal is how I feel. This poetry turned my life like it has steering wheels.
And you can't turn left or right because those are dead ends, and full steam ahead is a cliff. And you have to take flight if you get my drift, so I jumped
head first, walked on water because I can't surf like poetry gave birth to a new sea creature. Explosive mic features, dragging my struggles through the sand. Now on the mic, I'm a dangerous man on and off land.
And the master plan has always been be anything but a soft man. Just to protect my bright future, I got to go in at all costs, man. I'm carrying a cross
across the burning sands. I guess it was a part of God's plan to make me the man I am now. No harm, no foul.
And life can't get me to plea out right now. I'm taking it to trial, and only you know who can judge me, and only you know who can teach me how to live before it teaches me how to Dougie through the good, bad, and the ugly.
So now I'm pretty like Ricky. I used to be the gum under the table, and now people want to stick me. Ain't life tricky?
Ain't it time to live our lives more rich than filthy? Ain't it time to murder this track and plea out guilty?
Or order in the court. This poetry's the new sport. The world must be on Ambien, sleeping behind the wheel on Poetry Next Champion.
Like two Rockies.
Too cocky.
You can't box me.
Or stop me.
They be trying to jot me. But not me, cause this'll never be duplicated or copied.
I'm driving,
I'm driven, we living on borrowed time. I'm inclined to do better, the pleasure is all mine. Life produces rainy weather and poetry's the umbrella. So now we stay dry and stay fly like good fellas. Straight out the hood, fellas. I'm better all together like a puzzle. Two poetry pit bulls with no muzzles. Imagine walking through hell and the fire couldn't scorch me. With God showing favor, backing demons off me. The obstacle is the path, and the destination is the journey.
Amazing.
You know what I
First
love?
time I heard it.
You know what I love though? That the whole time the phone was blowing up.
Blowing
Listen,
all
I'm
the hook.
so sorry to my listeners. Call back, please. I could not interrupt that moment. There's grace all up in this place.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. Like, oh my God. Listen, call back. If you guys want to talk, questions, comments, give us a call back. 305-749-6004. You are tuned into Probation Station here on excitementradio.com. Please follow me at Probation Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I am so honored to have these gentlemen here. Oh my God!
As we're performing it, I'm listening to how much how relevant it is to the probation station
Right,
and what's going on.
like,
It's dawning on. I'm like, wow, it's such a perfect fit because we got courtroom and order in the court and all of that going on.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so fitting, like it was meant to be. So.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm feeling great right now.
Yeah, that's awesome right there.
I'm feeling great right now.
You know, maybe when we come back, I'm sorry to cut you off. Maybe when we come back, I might sing for y'all too.
Oh, yeah, you guys are coming back.
Maybe when we come back, I might drop the probation piece that I let you.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no,
We
you
have
listen.
more in store.
You guys are both welcome anytime because everything coincides, right? We're all a piece of a puzzle, and I don't mind it. I am trying to make Probation Station creative,
Right.
but also relatable
Yeah.
to the listeners, especially the youth out there in the streets.
Right.
So I am more than happy to have
Yeah,
you guys
definitely,
anytime,
definitely.
like for real. Like
Shout out to my homegirl M.E.N.T.O.R and David King Kane, man. They've been trying to get me to come here for the longest, man, and I feel bad because I missed out on the show with El Michelle. But yo, you still in my heart, girl.
Sorry, El. You know we love you, El Michelle.
Yeah.
Shout out to both of y'all, King Kane.
shout out, they are my team, Excitement Radio, Michelle and David King. So I am very blown away because you guys didn't tell me you were gonna do that. So it's like a great surprise. I'm blown away. The camera.
I figured I started looking at the watch. I said, let me slide this one in.
And I'm just now, the camera's rolling, and I'm just like,
exactly.
So you're gonna get all my crazy facial features because I was completely blown away.
That's all right.
You was in between trying to answer the phone and listen.
Yeah, and I'm just like, the phone's ringing. No, this is no, the phone's ringing. No, this is important. No, the phone's ringing. No.
It's probably the Bronx, continuing to blow it up, you know?
I couldn't interrupt that. I couldn't interrupt it. So, to my callers, I do apologize, but it was a moment where it could not be interrupted. If you do want to call back and have any questions or comments, you can give us a call, 305-749-6004. We are here for another 10 minutes, but we're not even going to take a break. What I'm going to do now is, since I have M.E.N.T.O.R and Mr. Whispers here, I want to talk to them a little bit about, let's talk to the youth. How's that? Let's talk to the listeners in regards to, especially everything that's going on right now with the riots, Baltimore, the whole 9 yards. And you are two men that have been in the criminal justice system. M.E.N.T.O.R has a very his story is also very powerful. 5 treatment centers, correct?
5 treatment programs, mainly in the inner city, Liberty City, Overtown. The recovery over there is very strong because the size of the bags and the dope are double. So you're more hooked, and you see people who come from very humbling places, like eating out of dumpsters and pushing big dollies, and I never thought that I would mix and mingle and get high with them. And shout out to I Am Infinite V. She does something called Make the Homeless Smile every month here in Miami and in Atlanta. And I went to feed the homeless one day with her, and I bumped into 3 or 4 people in the line that I used to get high with. Wow.
Wow.
Right, I'm passing out water bottles to them, and they're like, Jay, is that you?
Oh, man.
Got goosebumps, hugged him, even though he looked like he hasn't taken a bath in 2 weeks. I just saw a familiar face that I used to write, so I just embraced him with no judgment whatsoever. And it just let me know of the levels that poetry can take it to, because Will the Real One also came from that background. And that's who I met. He was my sponsor.
Will the Real One. Love you, man.
Rest in peace,
Rest
Will,
in
man.
peace, rest in peace, man.
And his legacy obviously is still living on.
To this day.
That brother's a giant, man. You know what I'm saying?
Will the Real One is amazing. Shouts out to you, man. I truly miss you.
He said something about poetry saving lives.
Yeah.
He used to say that to me a lot. And because I knew of his background once we got to know each other and the 14 felonies, I said, man, we obviously here for a reason. Like we
right.
we got to do something special.
And that's the whole point that I want to get at real quick, because again, we're running out of time. Both of you have been through the system, have been through hell and back, but you're here. Mm-hmm. What messages as powerful black men in our community can you give to our listeners and our young ones about not giving up? Because you talking about 14 felonies, you talking about 5 treatment centers, getting high, like this, you know what I mean? It could have completely gone a whole nother route.
I didn't even add the treatment centers. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my God.
That's another show.
That's a whole nother show
that's
right
a whole,
there.
So,
Ooh.
you know what? We're going to have a show on treatment centers. How's that?
Yeah. You know,
Definitely, we're going to have a show on treatment centers.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, because the real ones and mentors were birthed from treatment programs.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mr. Whisper.
Yes, definitely. My message that I would give to the youth is, you don't have to do these drugs, because I already did them for you. You don't have to do this time, because I already did it for you. Just like, I'm not saying that I'm Jesus, but we ain't got to sin, because he already died for our sins, even though we still gonna, because it's in our nature. But I would tell them to respect their mothers, respect their fathers, especially the single mothers. Respect her, man. It takes a lot for a woman to raise up a young man, and there's so many things she can't teach him, like how to shave or how to actually be a man.
Right.
You know, so for the young girls, I say to you to keep your legs closed. Wait. Just wait for him. He'll come.
My message to the youth is, first of all, I love the youth. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, I do, because I'm young at heart as well.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm young at heart.
I'm a kid.
I connect with kids. You know, I'm watching the Avengers in the movie theater Saturday, and kids are just like talking to me out of the blue. They gravitate towards me. But anyway, stop killing each other. What you listen to definitely has a huge impact on. It's something called propaganda. It's something called mind manipulating that they're using on you. And we were wrong coming up. We used to ride out and listen to songs that start off with, anybody want to mother effing die? And it's because of things like that are the reasons why we nonchalantly don't confuse keeping it real with keeping it gangster. It's 2 totally different things. Keeping it gangster is a lifestyle of Russian roulette.
You preaching, bro.
It's Russian roulette. You at any given night, a bullet will either catch you or your friend. It's bound to happen. And what you think you have in your pocket is called a bomb, right? It's, in the streets they call it a bomb of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bomb. What it is a ticking time bomb that's gonna have the police eventually bum rush you at some point. So the choices and decisions that you make right now, especially 25 and under, the age groups of 14 to 25, you are being targeted.
You are the target.
You are being targeted, and just understand that the choices you make now affects 30 or 40 years of your life. They can take it away just like that.
Yeah, you'll find yourself in
Whispers and I are fortunate.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of people who've done the things that we've done and just simply have not got away with it.
Yeah, so a lot of them ain't here today. You know, wow, Mentor, you just brought it back, man. You know, before I go off, I'll tell you how serious this is with death. Long story short, I was dealing with a young lady in New York City, and she was on drugs, and she was on drugs bad, and she robbed some Italians. You know what I'm saying? And like it was sweet like that. And she used to hang out in the hallway.
Oh man.
And they cut her throat. They cut her throat and put a turtleneck on her and stood her up against the wall like she was there with her eyes wide open. I saw that. And it did something to me, man. For these young girls, man, oh man, I got 3 daughters.
Wow.
And I'm saying, man, I've seen so many women degrade themselves, so many young women degrade themselves in order to get whatever they think is some type of gain. So, you know, my heart goes out. I can't help but speak to the women because I was raised by a woman who got 4 other sisters, and their sisters had girls, and so there's a whole lot of girls in my family, women in my family. You notice the women in my family was calling in for the support. So
yes.
I'm speaking to them young girls like, man, watch who you staying with, watch who you laying with, and definitely watch who you playing with. God bless y'all.
Love it. Real quick before we go, how can we contact each of you? Give your contact information.
You can contact me at fire30060@gmail.com. My phone number is 954-549-8147. My Facebook is Timothy Whispers. You can also contact me on Timothy and Rhonda's Facebook page, which is my wife. Yeah.
Book, Mentor, and Mr. Whispers. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Book, Mentor, and Mr. Whispers. You can call me at 305-834-5574. Instagram, Jen, Jenmentorcox. Email me at Jenmentorcox@hotmail.com. And on Twitter, follow me on Mentor Cox.
All right.
Book, Mentor, and Mr. Whispers.
And in conclusion, to all my listeners, again, thank you so much for tuning in to Probation Station here on ExcitementRadio.com.
Hit clubs, tipping all the tricks. Free to make moves, free to go to school. Free with how I dress, you know I dress fresh to death. Free with how I shine, free to speak my mind. Free from busters, cause they such a waste of time. I hope you get yours, cause I got mine. I wanna be free. I gotta be free. I gotta be free. I love to be free. I need to be free.